Now let's go back to Pickering, just east of Toronto, where police are giving an update on the news about an elderly woman fatally stabbed in her yard and a 13-year-old, now 14-year-old boy arrested and charged.
Still ongoing. This still just happened less than 24 hours ago, so some of that information will become available over time, but at this time we're just not releasing it.
Can you give us any updates on a weapon recovered? What was?
That's not going to be released at this time.
Was the suspect known to police prior to this incident?
That I don't know.
There's been chatter in the community on social media channels, people saying that they saw this alleged suspect in the days before prowling backyards. Is that something police are aware of or investigating?
So we're looking into reports. We are aware of some reports that he was seen in the area. Any connection to this area and any connection to this victim, we are still looking at. As of right now, I can still tell you this appears to be a random attack, and we do have no connection between the victim as well as the male that's in custody.
Do you have any information that the suspect had recently been suspended from school?
That I don't know. No.
Just to confirm that this alleged suspect is wearing a black trench coat and a mask and all that, that's what we've been hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, so that was the description we had yesterday, is that he was wearing a black trench coat as well as a mask, like a medical mask.
Did he have a briefcase?
He was carrying a bag. I can't tell you what it was described as, but he was aware he was carrying a bag.
Is there any connection between the suspect and the victim?
At this point, we can't find any connection between the two of them.
What kind of work are you doing to figure out the motive?
So our homicide unit is obviously very engaged in this. They have been from the onset, and that'll be part of the investigation to see what led up to this.
I understand there was another homicide not far from here recently.
Yes.
And there's been quite a bit of chatter. No arrest was made. Are you looking to see if it could be connected to this case?
They will look at every avenue. At this point, there's nothing to say the two of them are connected. However, due to the distance they were in proximity of each other, every avenue will be looked at, but there's nothing to suggest at this time that they're connected.
So was that also considered like a random murder?
That I don't know. I don't have the details on that one. Sorry.
In terms of the video, I mean, we heard from police yesterday that it was part of the incident anyway was captured on video. Was that from a home surveillance security camera? What can you tell us about what's on video?
All I can tell you is that at least a portion of the incident is on video, which we have, and we are making an appeal to anyone in the area that does have video to contact our homicide investigators and let us collect that video.
Sorry if I missed this. Was the suspect arrested at his home?
That information I don't have, other than he was arrested yesterday. He is from Pickering, and he's 14 years old, is what I have.
How long after was he arrested?
I don't have the arrest time. Sorry.
So from looking at the video, can you just sort of walk us through what it is that you see sort of happen here?
So that's all going to be part of the investigation, what led up to this. That's not going to be released at this time, but it's something that homicide investigators are reviewing to piece together what led to this.
Are you able to say if it was sort of multiple stabs, sort of any detail there about?
I can tell you she was stabbed. I believe it was more than once. Beyond that, I don't have that information.
Was there any interaction between the two before?
My understanding is there was a brief conversation. What that conversation was will also be part of the investigation.
I understand this happened at a time when kids were getting out of school and buses maybe taking kids home or picking their kids up with the emergency alert. 2.5 hours after the fact. Can you explain why?
So when it comes down to the emergency alert, we have to make sure that the information we have is accurate. We have to make sure it's reliable information, and we have to make sure that the alert is warranted. And all of that takes a period of time to be able to piece together what happened. As you can imagine, when this initially happened, we had very little information to go on. So we take emergency alerts very seriously. We understand the impact that they have on our community. We understand that the fear that they may cause, so we don't release them lightly. And part of that is to determine what is actually factual before we release that information. And then there is a process where we communicate with the OPP, who in turn releases that alert.
And just to clarify back to my initial question about reports of the same suspect allegedly prowling their backyards and that, those reports we're hearing from people as long as 5 days ago, if not longer. Are you confirming you're looking into that?
We're looking into the reports that people are saying that he was in the area. I don't have the time frame on it, but any reports that people are coming forward with will obviously be part and embedded into this investigation.
With respect, officer, how long does it take to figure out that there's a suspect on the loose? That seems to be a matter of minutes, you think, and that's what the alerts
It's not always a matter of minutes. Are they known to each other? Is there a threat to public safety where he might have gone? There's investigative steps that need to take place. Those investigative steps took place, and then that communication was done with the OPP, who essentially then issued the alert.
Can you speak a little bit about people trying to sort of save this woman? We're hearing that it was passerbys. Can you speak about what happened when officers and other emergency personnel arrived?
So I don't have any firsthand information on that, but I have heard that community members did step in. To them, we say thank you. We appreciate their efforts. The family appreciates their efforts. And this is something that I think was going to or is going to impact this community for a very long time.
What can you say about which first responder agency was first on scene?
That I don't know.
What's the
Can you
age
say
of the
about a timeline
victim?
for an autopsy?
Pardon me?
Can you say about a timeline for an autopsy?
That I don't know
Is
either.
that something you can find out from homicide while you're here? You'd be able to reach out to them and find out when the autopsy will be conducted?
Yes.
Do you have the age of the victim?
That's not being released at the time, other than she's an elderly female.
This community obviously is devastated, as is this family. What's your message to this community?
That we're here if they need us, and if they need any sort of supports that go beyond the police, that we can provide those support to them. We do have victim services of Durham Region. That's not available only to the community or to the family, but they would be available to the community. If there are concerns, to let us know, and that we will be in this neighborhood. There will be a police presence, and any concerns they have, they're more than welcome to reach out to us.
A vigil has been planned for her for this evening right here, mentioning her first name. Would you be able to tell us her victim's last name?
We have spoken with the family who's requested her name not be released. We are going to respect the wishes of the family and not release it.
With all due respect, that name is on the court information, just so you know. It is out there, and it is a matter of public record.
Correct.
The family is aware that some media organizations may choose to release the name.
Yes, the family is aware, but they've asked us not to. So if you choose to ignore their wishes and release the name, then that's all up to you guys. But at this point, we're not going to release the name.
Thank you.
Okay?
And you were saying a police presence for how long? Through the weekend, through next week? As long as it's required?
As long as we're required. If the community wants us here, we will be here. Okay? Thank you.
And you've been listening to the police update of a fatal stabbing in Pickering, just east of Toronto. An elderly woman stabbed to death. A 14-year-old boy has now been charged with first-degree murder. There are reports that he was seen in the area before that. That is all being investigated, but it appears for now that it was a random attack.